anyone will moan about the process other than Tyson Fury. So, do I believe this fight will happen? I have absolutely no idea at the moment because he's capable of doing anything.
How are the cross-platform talks between BT and DAZN? They said that the fight would be a cross-promotion, which was something that was sort of up in the air at first. In terms of broadcasting-wise, and also on DAZN's side of things, because it's on smart TVs and apps and etc., etc., if that is a cross-platform, do you also worry that people go to BT, which is on their telly box?
Because the revenue will be in a pool and those guys will sort it out themselves. Fury said all the broadcast deals are done. Well, one, no, they're not, and two, we've not even been involved in those discussions. So how can they be done when we're a stakeholder in the show? This is what I'm talking about. We have to be involved in discussions, and at the moment, Queensberry have the final say on all deals. We can't allow that with AJ's existing commercial contracts. So, and they know that as well. So we're just going through a process, and I honestly don't know. Like, I felt all along that this would play out this way, but we haven't stopped. Even when we were told the fight was off on Monday, we carried on. And I've got 4 or 5 people working on this round the clock that I could really have them putting their time into something else that is going to happen. So no one's like messing around here, but there is a process to go through, and hopefully he'll wait around for that process.
Those are some more words of Eddie Hearn as he answers another question that I wanted to know, which was about the networking deal. We heard Tyson say that all the networks are happy. They're happy with whatever the split, whatever the agreement, whatever they decided to do, they're happy with. And according to Eddie Hearn, he says, no, that's not the truth. We haven't even had that discussion yet. So how can they be happy if they haven't even discussed it with us? And you do know that Eddie Hearn is like the DAZN guy. You know, he left Sky Sports to be like one of the top dogs at DAZN. Anthony Joshua signed a $100 million or £100 million deal with DAZN per year to be an advisor and an advisor and an ambassador of DAZN. So, that actually, I think, is another huge thing. So if Tyson said that, and if what Eddie Hearn is saying is true, then Tyson's lying. Because if they haven't had that, that meant Tyson Fury deliberately said that, hey, everyone's happy and everyone knows about it. This is how it's going to be, when it didn't happen and no one knows about it because no one discussed it. And if no one discussed it, that means that Tyson Fury just said that shit to have everybody fooled, and he's on his way to fight somebody else, and he will be clean and clear away from being blamed who was the reason for the fight not happening, so he can then freshly move on to another opponent and still get the support where the buzz is already around him from him potentially fighting, Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk. But Joshua's name has to be a part of Usyk because it's an attachment of Usyk. And what do I mean by that? Well, Alexander Usyk is famous for doing what? He has the buzz for beating Joshua twice now. But then if they know all the money is surrounded by AJ, you have to include AJ. Why do you think that if he didn't intend on fighting AJ, but he wanted people to think that he's fighting AJ, that's how he can build up the buzz around himself and any possible other fight that he may have if he associates AJ with that, because he knows AJ is where the money is, where the traffic of interest of the people that pay and purchase and support Anthony Joshua as well as himself, but mostly Anthony Joshua goes. He knows that. So if it was his whole idea, a whole plan to just take on whoever the hell else, like Manuel Char, you had to create something like this, even though you have people around the clock trying to work in your name, but you're claiming that you don't want it anymore. All I can say is I just hope he's paying these people, which I'm pretty sure he is. But it's a good thing to hear and to be explained that They haven't talked to the networks. The networks, yeah, they supposed to got together Monday or whatever, right? That's what that's supposed to be. But what happened of that? We don't really know. See, I think some questions need to be asked, like, okay, what was the result of the business deal? What was that result? DAZN and BT, what happened there? What was the end result? Did they agree? Did they not agree? How farther along is it for them to make this fight happen? Those are the type of things that need to be asked of Eddie Hearn, because I know he knows. Transparency is very important. Communication is very important. Transparency and communication is very important. So I think at the end of the day, somebody's lying, right? But this is a continuation of my first video on this same interview. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.